Tonight, how college kids' binge drinking antics have become a viral business. The creators call it I'm Schmacked, and they tour the nation's college campuses to film co-eds getting wasted, high, and everything in between. It may seem like it's all in good fun, but once those students graduate, could their hard partying online fame carry long-term career consequences? Here's ABC's John Donvan.
So maybe this isn't something that this 21-year-old college student, who we will call by his first initial only, Jay, is going to want to have out there the day he goes looking for a job interview. The night at college when he partied with a fair amount of this going on, and with a camera in the room. A camera held by this guy. He's a college-age student, too, who has been touring the nation's campuses shooting, well, moments like this with college students like Jay, and then putting them up on YouTube. With a partner, he's got a whole series called I'm Schmacked. Their videos are getting hundreds of thousands of views, 600,000 for their West Virginia video. Collectively on YouTube, 7 million views.
Everyone loves them.
That's Jeffrey Ray, Yofray to his friends. He's the one behind the camera.
From adults, like, outside looking in, like, at the surface, it just looks like a bunch of, like, riffraff. It's actually, like, influencing people to go hard at high school and, like, get good grades to go to these schools.
How do you know that?
It's told me.
When you see it, you want to go to the school.
I watched this one before I applied here.
I looked at it when I was choosing what college I went to.
And creating a brand, selling t-shirts and merchandise, hoping to turn all of this into a movie or maybe a book. It's free enterprise and some harmless fun. But then why does Jay seem to be having some regrets?
I never knew that it would be so huge. I mean, I never thought it would catch on like that. I really initially thought it would be more so of a thing like, almost like just like a thing to look back on.
There is such a thing as being too out there online. Digital candor can backfire. Even as young people are putting more of their lives online. They live it, they post it, and companies are looking at it all. A recent CareerBuilder.com survey found that 2 out of 5 companies, 37%, are now checking your social networks, investigating your social media to see what you've been up to when you go looking for a job.
What they're actually looking to do is to see how well someone portrays themselves online, whether they're professional online, whether they would be a good fit for the company. And along the way, if there happens to be some dirt, then they'll want to know.
Dirt like this. The guy who appears passed out near a case of beer in his self-posting, passed over for a job. The guy posting about his drug sale, rejected for a job. The guy who took this menacing pose, guess what?
In this case, they contacted the applicant, told him why he wasn't being hired, and that was the last they heard of him.
We were shown these examples by Mark Bourne, Vice President of Know It All Intelligence Group in Bensalem, Pennsylvania. His company does background checks on job applicants.
Do college students need to be thinking about how they appear in a YouTube video or on a Facebook page if they're photographed or filmed partying?
Absolutely.
It matters?
Absolutely.
Do they get how exposed they are?
I don't think so. They haven't seen the repercussions yet of the missed job position or the missed entry into a college because of what they post online.
So let's do it.
When we caught up with cameraman Yofray, he was at the University of Wisconsin at Madison.
Going to a friend's party.
He couldn't talk much just then. These were working hours. But on another day, when we talked with him and his business partner, Aria, they spoke about one of the key ingredients of the videos.
Where would your videos be without alcohol?
Not very popular.
Why?
Because that's our market.
So you don't feel that you're exposing these students to some trouble down the road?
I don't think realistically we are. Of course they are online, they are in a video, they should know that. But it's a very slight chance that an employer, a specific employer, will see it and judge them on a video of I'm Schmacked.
They said they don't really believe employers will actually care about what's in these videos.
At this point, if they don't think that we're drinking in college, it's a bit naive.
They also point out, and Mark Bourne agrees, that while Facebook photos are tagged with names and that makes it easy to be discovered, there is no name tagging in a YouTube video, so there's less risk of an employer coming across one.
the people that I've seen in those schmacked videos are hard to be identified unless their actual names are in there or they're tagged to their personal Facebook
So they're not
profiles.
really actually at a very high risk just by being in that video of being found out.
Right.
Maybe, but on that night at the University of Wisconsin, we took our own stroll down Frat Row,
Hi, we're from Nightline.
where lots of people told us they had watched the schmacked videos, and where most told us they would be very careful about getting into one.
When you hear Schmack's going to be here, what do you think?
Glad I'm going to be gone.
I wouldn't go on that video. I don't want my future employers to see me.
Seems like one of those things like Girls Gone Wild. I mean, is it worth a stupid picture to ruin your career?
Well, that's what Jay is also wondering. He and Joffrey are actually longtime friends. That's how he ended up having such a big part in that video, where he was acting as the host.
Knowing now how big it became, would you do it again?
I would say, I mean, no, because like I do care about my future and care about like, you know, what I want to do. It's not all going to be like, you know, college isn't forever.
In fact, partly because of Jay's discomfort, Joffrey now edits out any images that could be construed as illegality, like smoking pot, and he'll remove specific shots of specific people if they ask. But the video with Jay in it, it's been out so long that Joffrey sees no point in changing it now, nor has Jay asked him to. Both of them agreeing that if there's harm to be done, it's been done already. I'm John Donvan for Nightline in Madison, Wisconsin.